Every year I spend a ton of time researching and deciding on what gear to review. I'm only one person, so I focus on gear that is both innovative and exciting. 2024 is no different, and there are 8 pieces of gear that I can announce that I'm going to be testing and putting through their paces. Today I'm going to talk about what those pieces of gear are and why I think they might be game changers. Starting off with a pack, I've probably received more requests to review this piece of gear than any other product on the market. It's the Dursing Gear Kakwa 55, and I'm really excited for this pack because of its carrying ability. It's advertised at being able to carry 45 pounds, as well as how lightweight it is. It also has some features that I'm really excited about, specifically the side pocket on the left-hand side. There's a zipper here for putting things that you may not want to fall out. You just want them to be a little bit extra secure, so I'm excited about that. And overall, just the attention to detail that Dan puts into his designs. I've tested out the X-Mid tents a lot, and those are awesome tents, so I'm curious to see if he's put the same level of kind of innovation and attention to detail into his packs. If the Kakwa 55 lives up to the hype, it could be one of the best all-around packs out there. The next item is a tent from Zpx. It's the Offset Trio, and what has me excited about this tent is the size and weight. It's a gigantic 3-person tent. It's 66 inches wide at the head and 60 inches wide at the foot end, but it only weighs 647 grams. And it looks like there's a lot of headroom and a lot of foot room, so you could have a gigantic palace for very little weight with this tent, which might be perfect for people who are going out as couples or going out with maybe a kid. You could probably fit 2 people and a dog very easily in this tent, which can't be said for basically any other ultralight tent out there. Some people might also like that Zpx kind of changed things up with the doors. There's no pole in front of the doors, and there's no rainbow door that might kind of fall to the ground, which some people think is an issue for getting dirty, but I've never really had a personal problem with, but just want to mention that for those of you out there who might be interested in the Offset. I've been using an Alpha Direct shirt from Farpoint Outdoor Gear for a very long time. It was my go-to kind of mid-insulation layer on the Great Divide Trail, but I've recently got some more gear for them that I'm really excited about for 2024. First of all, a pair of socks. These things are super lightweight. Let's see on the scale how light they are. 11 grams per sock. So these things are insanely lightweight, and Alpha Direct is pretty much the best piece of fabric that you can get for warmth to weight. It's very lightweight, but very warm at the same time. I also have a pair of Alpha Direct pants from Farpoint, which I'm really excited about. Great for the wintertime or just to throw on in the shoulder seasons when I need a little bit more insulation on my legs. But Alpha Direct, it's a little bit see-through. It's a little bit awkward to wear Alpha Direct around camp if you don't have anything underneath it, which is the case with the shirt. I'm usually wearing that over top of a base layer if I'm going to be interacting with other people, which is why I'm really excited for this other shirt from Farpoint, which is made with Octa fabric. So it's very similar, actually probably identical to the air mesh fabric that Mountain Hardwear has for some of their shirts. Also very lightweight, slightly heavier than Alpha Direct, but still, so you feel it and it feels extremely lightweight. But what's nice about this is it isn't as see-through, and it has a little bit more of a durable outer to it. All the insulation is kind of facing in, and then you have this mesh outer that isn't going to catch on things or kind of degrade as quickly as Alpha Direct would if you're wearing it as your outer layer. Then we have another pack, this one from Mystery Ranch. It's the T100. It's a massive 100-liter pack and is rumored to be able to carry 100 pounds in it. So I'll be able to carry around all my dumbbells for doing bicep curls, no problem. Most people probably don't need a pack with this amount of carrying capacity and volume, but if you're going hot tenting or hunting, then it might be a great pack for you. I'm excited to take it out and kind of push my limits a little bit more. Maybe do I tried backpacking with a 70-pound pack this summer. We'll see. I'm gonna load this pack up, and what I'm really excited to see is whether it can actually carry 100 pounds effectively. I'm gonna have to find like a small child or something in order to test that out. It's not cheap at $500 US, and it's a chonker at 7.4 pounds. Then we have a pillow from Triology. Triology makes one of my favorite pillows, the Triology Aleph 2.0. This is the Ultra Pillow, and it might be a replacement for the Xped Mega Pillow. The Xped Mega Pillow is one of my favorite pillows of 2023, but this pillow is quite a bit cheaper, and it has a built-in pad strap, so you don't need to be adding a homemade pad strap like you do with the Mega Pillow. The key for the Triology is that the Mega Pillow is super comfortable, has a good height to it, very supportive baffling, so if the Triology can match the Xped in those categories, then it'll be a really nice, less expensive option for people out there. It also has a new valve, so I know a lot of people have had issues with Triology 2.0's leaking, usually through the valve area. I haven't personally had those problems, but they redesigned the valve, and this one should be a little bit more robust. It kind of mimics a lot of other valve systems out there, ones like what Sea to Summit uses. Like the Kakwa 55, the Big Agnes Rapide was an item that was highly recommended by you guys, so I'm checking it out in 2024, which is good timing because for 2024, Big Agnes revamped the insulation inside of the Rapide, which gives it a slight bump in R value and a slight decrease in weight. It's the same type of insulation that's in the Zoom UL, so I'm curious to see whether Big Agnes was able to implement the insulation effectively in the Rapide, or if it suffers from the same issues and is effectively non-existent like it is in the Zoom UL. The issues with insulation in the Zoom UL is due to the reflective insulation that's inside of it dropping to the bottom of the pad, which means you don't really get any insulation on the sides of the pad or the top, which is an issue because the pad is so thick and can be very big if you're getting a wide or large size. So hopefully Big Agnes fixed that with the Rapide. I did try to take a look at it in the sunlight and in light, but it's a little bit more opaque, so it's hard to see where that reflective insulation is, but some good tests in cold conditions will figure that out really quick. Big Agnes also fixed the inflation sac issues that all their pads have pretty much had. This is a little bit smaller, more compact, and it's going to be a lot more usable, so I'm excited for that. And I'm excited for the Rapide because if it lives up to its warmth rating, it could be the best all-around balanced pad out there. The weirdest piece of gear for 2024, it's a toothbrush that goes on the end of your spoon. So it works with most titanium spoons out there that have a hole on the back at the top of the spoon. Things like the Tokes titanium spoon as well as the pink titanium spoon that I have here. I've used it at home and it works. It's effective. You can brush your teeth with it, no problem, but what I'm a little bit worried about is the hygiene aspect. I might have to do some bacteria cultures, see if kind of putting the cap on is enough to protect it when you're throwing it in your pack and kind of eating your food and doing all that kind of thing, because I think it's supposed to kind of stay on the spoon all the time, and your hands can get a little bit grimy, and that's why I use a long-handled spoon. But I'm excited for the weight savings. It's only 4 grams with the brush as well as the cap, which is some good weight savings over my folding spoon, and I love products that are innovating as well as kind of merging the uses of different things like a spoon and a toothbrush. That's pretty cool. You've seen this insanely cool pot lid in a few cameos on different videos so far. I can't give too many details about it yet, but I will say that it's something that I'm very excited about, that I'm working on with one of my favorite brands out there. And stay tuned in 2024 because hopefully we can be making an announcement about how you can pick up one of these awesome lids that works with most titanium pots out there that you guys are using. Go check out this video if you're interested in the most comfortable sleeping pads on the market. I've tested dozens of sleeping pads, and in this video, I go over my top picks for comfort.